Okay, this is our code for first pass, that is starting from first element ending with the 4 and comparing current element and next element and interchanging the values. So when we execute this code, the largest element will be moved to the last position in the array. So let us assume we will assign a value 1 to a variable called first. That is, first is a variable which contains, or we are assigning a value 1 to this first variable. So instead of referring I equal to 1, so referring I equal to 1 is same as I equal to first. Since first is a variable which contains a value 1, I equal to first is same as writing as I equal to 1. So we will change our statement like I equal to first. But before starting this loop, we need to assign a value 1 to the variable. So we have changed our code with a variable. And now we will see how we can rewrite the last position in the for loop. That is, here we are saying the for loop should end when I equal to 4. I is nothing but an index for the array. So what we are saying is when the array index is in the 4th position, we are comparing 4th element with the 5th element, and if it is not in order, we are interchanging. And after that we are stopping our processing, because if we move to the next element and there is no when we move the current position to 5th element, there is no next element to do the comparison. So we are stopping our comparison when the current index position is 4 and the comparison is made. So let us say if our array size is 5, we are stopping our for loop when the current position is 4 and the comparison is made. Or we can say that we are stopping our for loop when 4 comparisons are made. So when we complete the first pass, the largest element will be moved to the last position of the array. So here last position is 5. So when we made 4 comparisons, the largest element will be moved to the 5th position. Similarly, assume the array size is 10. To move the largest value to the 10th position, it is enough if we do 9 comparisons, or we can stop our loop when the current position of the index is in 9th place. So at the end of 9th comparison, it will compare it with the 10th element and it will interchange the values if it is not in order. So similarly, we can say that if we have if our array size is 100, at the end of 99th comparison, the largest element will be moved to 100th position. Similarly, assume that we will mark the last position with the variable last. So suppose if I assign a value 5 to the variable last, can we say that if we make last minus 1 comparisons, it will move the largest element to the last position. So if we assume, if we assign value 5 to the variable last minus 1 will point to 4. Similarly, if we assign 10 to the variable last, so 10 is nothing but array size, then last minus 1 will point to 9. So we can say that when we make 9 comparisons, the largest element will be moved to the 10th position. Similarly, if we assign 100 to the variable last minus 1 will point to 99. it means that when we make 99 comparisons, the largest element will move to 100th position. So with this understanding, here our array size is 5. So if we assign the value 5 to the variable last, 4 can be written as last minus 1, or last minus 1 will point to 4. So we will change our code. We will assign 5 to last, and 4 can be written as last minus 1. So we have rewritten our code for completing the first pass. You can see that when we execute this code, we have moved only the largest element to the last position. So now next we have, so if you see the definition given in your book for the bubble sort, so far we have completed the coding for first 3 steps. That is, each element is compared with the next element, swapped if the elements are in the wrong order, starting from the first element and finishing with the next to last element. So here next to last element means we have to stop the processing when we reach the one element before the last element. Here next means one before the last. So if we see here, our array size is 4, we stopped with 4. That is what is meant by this statement. So now we need to see the remaining statements. So if we see what is step 4, it says that once it reaches the end of the list, we can be sure that the last element is now in the correct place. So this is also we have covered, this also we have covered. And step 5, however, other items in the list may still be out of order. So that we have seen remaining 4 elements to be sorted. Step 6 says that each element in the list is compared again apart from the last one. This continues to be repeat until there is only one element left to check or no swaps are made. So we have to see the code for step 6 and step 7. We will see what does it mean next.